Hey everyone, it's Amy with Dragon's Bit Apothecary. We are here to do our Friday Oil Oracle card reading. As you guys know, I pulled 3 cards. If you don't know, welcome. If this is your first time, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of these readings. I do them on full moons every month, as well as every Friday. And through this month, I'm also offering them on Thursdays where you can join me live and we pull cards for your questions and we talk about the meaning and natural products to support those readings. So it's a pretty fun time, insightful, educational, and very just supportive. So thank you for joining me today. We're going to pull our 3 cards and talk about what we need this weekend, what we need next week, and then obviously a message from the universe. So, very first card that we're going to have today is around consciousness and our purpose, and it's associated with Roman chamomile. It's really cool, right? Everyone's familiar with Roman chamomile tea. The oil, I'm telling you, the doTERRA one, divine. You would never drink tea bagged Roman chamomile tea again after you get this oil. If you don't use doTERRA, reach out to me. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. But chamomile, as you know, is around the world known, very common flower. It's very relaxing. It helps supports sleep. But it's emotionally associated with our self-esteem. So, and that's what the yellow in the card represents, is our self-esteem and the brightness of our light within us. So again, it's an oil that we don't, sometimes pay attention to because it's so common. It's kind of like our self-esteem. We can take it for advantage and not see our own light for a while, right? So we need to put our mind at ease, let go of things that feel difficult right now, and realize that it may take effort, but we can take a breather. We don't have to pound at it so hard every day that we forget who we are or why we're doing it. It kind of helps us overcome that moodiness that is associated with that type of activity. And sometimes we overthink things, or we become really conscious of the work that it's taking, and we become sleepless because of it. And we're not feeling very resilient or calm anymore in that process. This kind of helps level set that and bring us back to who we are and our base for that. Getting our priorities in order is another way to think about this. So, very soft-spoken oil. It's very soothing, nurturing, and helps us kind of draw our confidence within, realize our value, our worth, and know that we are enough in those situations. Relaxes our energy a little bit. So we're starting to feel a little bit drained maybe, and it helps us restore, allowing us to get help from divine, right? Angelic support is a good way to think of it. And think about changing our direction, because sometimes as much as we want something, maybe our approach needs to change in order to achieve it. Okay. So feeling stuck, things aren't working well, everything is failing. This is our ask to come back and reassess, replan, rest, reclaim our energy, and see what is the right move for the next activity we take on. So this card is telling us, encouraging us to make sure we are aligned with our purpose, connecting with our inner guidance and compass, and we're moving in flow to what is right for us. Okay, so that's what we need to focus on this weekend. Making sure our purpose is right and we're following the right path to achieve that. Okay, so next week, I think this is a great little builder, build on one another reading. Next week, we need a little grapefruit. This is the card of detox and dissatisfaction. So it's a positive oil. It's very supportive. It helps us release that insecurity we have within us associated from the perception people have around us, like what we think people think of us, and support what is really important, regardless what anyone thinks. And it asks us to look at what we need to feel validated and supported. And it's not sometimes what other people say or do or perception of us, right? So it's asking us to evaluate the reason behind what we do. If we're doing it out of obligation, or are we doing it because we've always done it, or we did it because no one else was doing it? But are we doing things that make our hearts sing? That's what this card is asking us to evaluate. And to surround ourselves with positive things that feed that energy. To look at ourselves as extremely valuable and what we need to feel that way all the time. That's what this card's telling us. And it's not just physical, but it's mental and spiritual as well. So the affirmation for this oil is, I am fully alive and present at all times, which is another reminder to live in the moment. It's okay to have plans and goals. Sometimes that journey to get there to those plans and goals needs to adjust. That's what we talked about in the first card. But to enjoy the journey and to evaluate if we're doing what makes our heart really sing and is going to leave us fulfilled when we reach that goal. Okay. Third card, message from the universe. Guys, I'm telling you, so insightful, so helpful. This third card is about wisdom and respect, and it's the Douglas fir. Our tree oils are so powerful. So this is the grandfather oil. That's what he's called. And of course, it's a tree. It grows very tall, very strong. Supports a lot of branches, and it, like, you think grandfatherly. It is one who thinks and acts for the benefit of generations after it. Okay, so this is telling us we need to revisit some of the wisdom we have obtained from our ancestors. Dig deep. Look at the inheritance we have from them, the foundation of life that they gave us, and what can we take from that to apply to us now. This is also very powerful when we're on our journey and we feel alone. We don't feel supported, connected. This is an oil to remind us that we are, in fact, connected deeply to a long line of ancestors who have led us to this point. It is important when we need to connect to tradition. Okay, sometimes we need it, right? I'm not really a traditionalist, but sometimes you need that connection to your roots. Remember where you came from. It helps us kind of overcome being self-absorbed. Again, that feeling of loneliness. Got to do it on my own. This is kind of representing that stability, right? And it's asking us to look at the legacy we are leaving behind. What are we doing that our children and their children after them and the children after them remember or are positioned by through what we do now? Okay, that's a big responsibility. And it's asking us to look at the immeasurable depth of generational lines, wisdom, knowledge, handed down generational knowledge, okay? And to see that as the blessing, okay? And to use that for where we need to go in our own life. So it's telling us, let go of the pain, let go of the frustration, with thinking you're doing it all on alone. You are very strong, confident, and able. You have it in you. You come from good stock, as they say. And you can carry this forward and set that example for the ones that come after you. Okay? So, affirmation for this oil, message from your universe this week. Today, I attract respect and gratitude for all that I am. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. Okay, guys, that is our reading today. Again, you can join me every Friday, every full moon. I'll be right here letting you have it for what we got in the Oil Oracle card readings for us, sharing with you recommendation of how the oils can help us in that process. Every Thursday in May, I am offering the free Oracle card pulls. No purchases required. You can join me, ask questions, we'll pull cards, we'll talk. I'll provide recommendations of what oils I recommend to go with your cards that were pulled, and we can just really support each other in that process. Then on Tuesdays in May, I'm offering my virtual wellness series. Again, these are completely free. Variety of topics that I cover around living naturally, but it's also a forum for you to come and ask questions. What's important? What's on your mind? Okay, how can I help you live more naturally? And share and collaborate together on what's right for you. All you do to get into any of those is hop over to dragonspinapothecary.com, save a spot. Okay, and I'm doing that because Zoom is having a lot of inappropriate bombing of people showing up that don't belong in Zoom, the meeting that you're having. So I've set it up so that you sign up. I know you're coming. I got a spot for you, and it's secure, so we don't have to worry about that nonsense. And we can actually have a really cool little experience together. So Tuesday is virtual wellness. Thursday is the Oracle cards. And then you can always catch me Friday here for the 3-card pull for our Friday readings. Okay, guys, till next time. Mwah.